السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. أما بعد. Inshallah, we will continue with the next topic, and the topic is Salatul Janazah, which is the funeral prayers. Now, what is the Islamic ruling on Salatul Janazah, the funeral prayer? The ruling is that it is Fard Kifaya, a collective obligatory duty, meaning that it is sufficient if this duty is performed by some in the community. If not, then the whole community has sinned. Meaning that it is not compulsory upon you like the 5 daily prayers. The 5 daily prayers are compulsory upon every single Muslim man and woman. And if the person does not perform that, then they will get a sin. Whereas for the janazah prayer is that if the person has the ability to do so, then he should. If he doesn't, then he would not get a sin for missing the prayer. Meaning, if some people in the community have gathered and they have performed it, then that responsibility has been dropped from the others. Now, what are the merits and rewards of Salatul Janazah? What reward and merit will you get if you perform the Salatul Janazah? Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "He who attends a funeral till salah is made for the dead, for him is the reward of 1 qirat. And he who attends until it is buried, for him is the reward of 2 qirat. They asked, "What are the qirat?" He sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, "Like 2 huge mountains." This hadith has been collected by Imam Bukhari and Muslim. So qirat is the measurement which has been given that a person who attends Salatul Janazah will get the reward of 2 huge mountains. How is Salatul Janazah made? What is the method for Salatul Janazah? Number 1, the body of the deceased, the person who has died, the Muslim person, he is placed between the Imam and the Qibla. For a male, the Imam stands opposite the head, and for a female, the Imam stands opposite the waist. The second thing is that the Takbiratul Ihram, Allahu Akbar, then you will recite Al-Fatiha to yourself. And then you will make a second takbir. In this takbir, you will recite the second part of the last tashahhud to yourself, which is Allahumma salli ala Muhammad and Allahumma barik ala Muhammad. In the third takbir, you will recite the dua for the deceased to yourself. So there are certain du'as for a person to read. And the meaning of this dua is, "O Allah, forgive him and have mercy on him. Give him well-being and absolve him. Receive him with honor and make his grave spacious. Wash him with water, snow and hail. Cleanse him from his sins as a white garment is cleansed from dirt. Replace his dwelling with a better dwelling, a family better than his family, a spouse better than his spouse. Enter him into paradise. Save him from the trials of the grave and the punishment of the hellfire." And the last thing is that you make the 4th takbir, and then you give the taslim, which is saying salam to the right only. So you'll say, "Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah." That's it. This is the method from the start until the end on how a person should perform Salatul Janazah. Now, how does a person wash the body of a deceased Muslim? People die every single day. Therefore, a person has to know the method on how you are going to wash the body of that person who has passed away. Number 1 is that men will wash men and women will wash women. The husband and wife can wash each other. Okay? So the husband, for example, can wash the wife, or the wife can wash the husband. Number 2 is that the clothes of the deceased are taken off, but the awrah must be covered. Number 3 is that the back is raised and the stomach is pressed to remove any impurities. Remove the impurities with gloves and plenty of water. Number 4 is make wudu for the deceased. Number 5, make ghusl for the deceased, beginning from the right side, then the left. And you need to understand that it is obligatory to wash the body at least once. And it is the sunnah optional to wash the body 3 times. It is also recommended to wash the body with sidr, which is a certain plant, or soap, and the last wash with kafur, or perfume. These are certain practices which we have that it is recommended. If you're not able to do so, it's not an issue, but this is something which is recommended. Number 6 is that the mustache, fingernails and underarm hair, if long, should be trimmed. Number 7, women should have hair put into 3 braids. Put into 3 braids. Now, shrouding the body of a deceased Muslim. How do you shroud that person? Number 1 is the kafan, the shroud of a deceased male. And it is preferably 3 large sheets, clean, white and perfumed. Number 2, the shroud, the kafan of a deceased female is not 3, rather 5 clean sheets, white and perfumed, 1 loincloth, 1 shirt, 1 scarf, and 2 large sheets. So these are the breakdown of the 5 sheets that you are going to use. Now, the method of burying the body, how do you bury the body of a deceased Muslim, is number 1, the qabr, the grave, should be deep and wide. Number 2, the grave should be preferably have a lahd, a crevice on the side of the grave facing the qibla, which is covered with an unburnt bricks. Number 3, the body of the deceased should be placed on his right side, facing the qibla. And number 4, the grave should not be raised more than 1 hand above the ground. These are the simple methods that a person should know when it comes to the prayer, Salatul Janazah, the method of the prayer, the merits of the prayer, and then how a person should be washed if he passes away, and the method on how that person should be covered, and then how that person should be buried into the ground. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He makes us from those people who are able to recite the Shahada, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, before we pass away. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us of our shortcomings. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een.